From the beautiful chaos of the old quarter to the vast calm of Westlake. Hanoi has fiercely defended its identity for more than a millennium, despite successive waves of foreign influence. Today, in a time of peace, the Vietnamese capital continues its charm offensive, luring visitors with its tree-lined boulevards and old Asian allure. From the shores of its mythical lakes to its most sacred rituals and traditions, 1,000 years of history yield its many secrets on Destination Hanoi. On the outskirts of Hanoi, a catalogue of culture and the life work of an artist. At Tan Chuan Viet Palace, a vision of Vietnam unfolds.
This is a place that preserves and honors the essence of Vietnamese culture. My father was really passionate about Vietnam's folk heritage. Because of that, I was greatly influenced by my father from an early age. This year, I'm 70 years old, so I've been an artist for more than 60 years.
Tan Chuan is one of the country's foremost artists, best known for his lacquer paintings that depict dreamy and pastoral scenes. While modern in aesthetic, his work draws heavily upon his Vietnamese heritage.
Our ancestors were farmers living in villages, so the very essence of our culture is simple, rustic, friendly, and pure. That to me has always been the deepest root of the Vietnamese people. This garden has many ancient stone sculptures, some dating back thousands of years. This sculpture conveys the significance of water buffaloes in our traditional culture. The water buffalo plays an important role in Vietnam's agrarian economy, helping farmers with the most physically demanding tasks. This is a small theater designed for water puppetry, one of the oldest and most unique performing arts in Vietnam. It comes from the culture of wet rice cultivation.
In 2001, the rolling hillsides of Hanoi became a canvas for Tan Chuan's collection of centuries-old artifacts. Along with his wife, Nguye Huan, the artist began adorning this hectare of land with traditional architecture and more than 2,000 antiques. From depictions of the Buddha to statuary typical of northern Vietnam.
The most thing that people have most surprised when they came here is they could not imagine that this space was created by one man and by his paintings.
Tan Chuan says he originally built the Viet Palace as a private getaway for his family, but in 2009 he decided to open the space to the public.
I can always be myself when I'm in this place. Over the years, it's become a destination for curious souls who want to learn about Vietnam's folk heritage.
And what started for the artist as curiosity became a passion and a mission to protect.
I was a soldier in the army fighting in the war, so I understand the atrociousness and utter meaninglessness of wars. Wars destroy everything. In the face of this, I want to devote my energy to this Viet Palace to safeguard and honor our culture.
For Nguye Huan, the CEO of the Viet Palace and a champion of her husband's lifelong dream, the magic comes from walking through the leafy, art-filled grounds.
Sometimes I feel like in the I am in the fairy tale. I wish this beautiful space can be shared as more and more to the people and can live forever.
"25 kilometers west of central Hanoi, preparations are underway for a different celebration of northern Vietnam. The Quintessence of Tonkin, a new cultural show staged entirely on water.
When doing the show, I feel very proud of my country, my beloved country, Vietnam. We have many good things that we can quintessence.
Set against the foot of the Thai mountain, it's a production 10 years in the making. The dancers today are rehearsing for a scene about village life, something many of these performers know a thing or two about.
We have total around 200 performers for the show, and we have 120 farmers from the local.
Like 70-year-old Win T Sun, she lives just minutes away from the venue. In 2016, she was approached by Quintessence of Tonkin to play the role of a seller in the local market.
The production is a great way to show that local authorities care about the elderly and seniors like myself. To be honest, performing is a lot like going out and having fun with your friends. It's not hard at all.
Her neighbour, Win Van Ten, is also a performer in the programme. At 75 years old, he plays the head of an imperial court, a far cry from his everyday life.
I grew up in a poor family. We didn't have any money for me to go to school, so I received very little education. In 1964, I joined the army and became a soldier.
After the war, Win returned to his village and became a farmer. Now he's retired, but enjoys getting out of the house for his acting gig 4 nights a week.
I'm very happy to be part of the show. It's definitely a fun activity for seniors like myself, and it's also an extra source of income to help my family.
It's a rainy Saturday night in Hanoi, but that doesn't stop the crowds. Over the course of an hour, the show brings to life the hallmarks of northern Vietnamese culture, from water puppetry to traditional music, to a recreation of the imperial citadel of Thang Lam.
For the first start, I guess that the family can do anything because they're not professional dancers. But when we practice every day, and especially when the audience come and all the lights and sound is open, they become the other.
From man to mandarin, retiree to royal, performers transform for the night to honor the heritage and the history of Hanoi.